Hi everyone, I am Priyanka Chaudhary and welcome to another English lesson. Today in this video, I am going to share with you a common problem of I think all the English learners who are learning English language, who want to communicate in English. Well, the problem is my mind goes blank when I try to speak in English, when I try to talk to people in English. This was the exact case with me when I started learning English, when I wanted to speak English with someone. My mind used to go completely blank. I did not get ideas. I did not know what to say, how to begin. So I was facing really very difficult situation. So I thought, why not to share with you the reasons and the solution of this problem so that it can help you eradicate your problem. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video and explore what are the reasons and the solutions. So the first reason here is anxiety and nervousness. Yes, I would not say the reason is lack of vocabulary or not able to frame sentences. No, there is no reason like that. The first and the foremost reason of mind going blank is feeling anxious, feeling nervous. This is the main reason. We feel really quite comfortable and confident speaking our native language because of having confidence, because we are comfortable speaking our native language and we have been communicating in our native language since our birth, right? This is not the case with English. Speaking English is completely different game because that is a second language, I would say, right? This is an alien language to us, completely alien, and now we are trying to fit ourselves learning this new language, and we want to fit ourselves speaking this language exactly like native speakers. So we have already burdened a lot by thinking too much and by expecting too much from us. So the first reason is nervousness, and there the nervousness actually arises, the anxiety, this fear that what is gonna happen if I'll be making mistakes in front of others while speaking English, right? So this is the first reason that you are getting anxious and you are nervous. And this, let me tell you one thing, that feeling nervous and anxious is normal, completely normal, and it is a sign that you are a normal human being if you are feeling so. And because whenever we try doing anything new for the first time or during the initial stage, it happens to all of us. I remember when I started riding a cycle for the first time, my hands were shivering. I was completely losing the balance, and because that was something new to me, I was learning how to ride a cycle, but I was quite comfortable when someone was there with me, supporting me. But whenever there was nobody with me to give me the support, I used to feel really nervous, anxious. I was always thinking like I will fall down then and there or anywhere. What is gonna happen? I'll hurt myself. So these kind of feelings were there. So it's not a matter of learning English only, speaking English only. It happens in almost all the things. Wherever you are trying to do anything new for the first time, yes, you will be having this sort of anxiousness and nervousness. This is normal. So first reason is this. Second reason is lack of practice. This is the reason that you are feeling like my mind is going blank because you are not practicing to speak English. This is the problem. You have practiced a lot, like you have been listening to English content, you have been reading, or might be you are into writing as well, but you are not giving yourself sufficient time to practice speaking, and because you are not practicing it, you are not comfortable with this language. You are not feeling that much confidence, and there, because you are not confident, nervousness arises there. The next reason can be overthinking, that when we want to speak and communicate in English with others, We start expecting a lot from ourselves, as I said before, and we overthink too much about the other person, that how is it gonna, like, what kind of impact will it have on the other person, or what would be the reaction, right, of the listener. What is the person how is the person going to react if I'll be making sentence error? There will be some error in my sentences, or my pronunciation mistake if occurs. Then what if the person going to laugh on me, and am I using the right word or not in this sentence? Is it correct or not? Or am I using fancy words or nice vocabulary? So these kind of thinking, like you are thinking too much, your entire focus is on aiming for perfection, and there the other problem arises, like anxiety, anxiousness, or losing control over your speech, and you start forgetting a lot of things because you start thinking too much about the other person. We do not focus on our speech, we focus on the other person. And when we think too much about others, then what happens? The entire focus is not on our speech, right? Again, it is going to affect your confidence level. You will not be comfortable speaking your point, and you will not be sounding like natural. You will be thinking only, right? You will be completely lost thinking about others, and this, by doing all these things, it is going to affect your speech. Another reason can be not habitual of speaking English. We become really comfortable and confident doing certain things when we start doing some things, or these specific things on the regular basis, or we make those things our habit. So then it becomes quite natural. You feel quite comfortable and confident doing it. And this is the case with your native language. We think in our native language, we talk in our native language, right? And we even prefer watching our favorite shows and series in our native language. So we have surrounded ourselves a lot since our birth with this language, and this has become our habit, right? Speaking and thinking in our native language. But this is not the case with English. So this is not the part of our daily habit, and this is the reason that our mind goes blank while speaking English. Another reason can be that translation, that when we try to speak something in English, we start translating from our native language to English, and then what happens? It slows down our speech. Translation not only affects your speed, translation also kind of confuses you, creates a lot of confusion in your head. Like, I mean, we cannot learn any language word to word translation, and this is not also a right approach. I would say we should never approach learning a language by a translation method, because that is a completely different language, right? And we cannot just, and every language has different way of different expression, different way of expressing ourselves. So that cannot be done by translation, by translating each and every word. So translation can only do two things at most, that is, it can confuse you, it can distract you, yes, from speaking English, and another one is it slows down your speech. So three things. Now you are quite familiar of the reasons that why our mind goes blank while speaking in another language. Let's now talk about the solutions and what are the tips and techniques that you can use to overcome this problem of yours. So the first solution is start exercising, and these exercising are going to help you to reduce the level of anxiety, to reduce feeling nervous while talking to others. And this exercise is mental exercise, relaxation exercise. Start doing breathing exercises. Take deep breath before you start speaking in English, and start meditation. Meditation is that mental exercise which is gonna help you to stay calm. It is gonna help you to calm your nerves as well that make you feel nervous. So start practicing these relaxation exercises. That includes breathing exercise and meditation. So go for it and practice exercising. Next, what you can do is practice speaking English on the regular basis and make it your habit. Start developing the habit of speaking in the target language of yours, because once you are going to practice speaking in English as much as possible, you will yourself realize that how comfortable and confidently you are speaking this language. For this purpose, you do not need to look for an English speaking partner all the time. If you are alone, you have nobody around you to practice speaking, in that case you can go for self-talk and mirror talk as well. Stand in front of mirror, sit in front of mirror and start talking to yourself in English on any random topic. Discuss about your day, talk about your daily activities, or you can do another thing as well, that before going to bed, again talk to yourself. Tell yourself about the day. How did your day go? What did you do? Were you happy or not throughout the day? Or what was your day full of emotions or nervousness or whatever happened? So talk to yourself before going to bed. Give yourself a brief account of your day. Apart from using self-talk and mirror talk techniques, you can also go for visualization technique to practice speaking English. In this technique, what happens? We need to visualize and imagine. We have to put ourselves in different situations, and you can decide the situation yourself according to your needs and requirements. So if you are a working person, create a situation accordingly, that where suppose you have decided a situation where you are supposed to present something, all right, in front of all the staff at your workplace, where your boss is present, your other colleagues are also present, and you are supposed to present something before them. Then how are you going to deliver the speech, or maybe how are you going to present? Okay, so this is a situation you can take. Another situation you can take, let's say you are the parent, and suppose you are asked to attend a parents teacher meeting. So in that case, visualize that you are going to attend parents teacher meeting at your child's school. So this is how the teacher is gonna ask me questions and I will be responding in this way. So practice a certain set of questions and the answers before actually feeling the real and facing the real situation in your life. Prepare yourself before that day. All right, that's what I want you to do. By following this visualization technique, you think and decide that this is the situation that I may face. All right, so I need to practice it. Or you can give yourself another situation, that how are you going to talk to any stranger, how will you be speaking, what questions you will be asking, how will you be responding to that person. Practice all these things, visualize and then respond. Role play. Okay, so give yourself the role of the stranger, or maybe you can play the role of parent, or you can yourself play the role of a patient. Then suppose you are a patient and you have to visit a doctor. You are supposed to speak to the doctor in English. Then what will you be speaking? How will you be sharing your problems, your sufferings and your pains in English? All right, I hope you're getting my point. So this is how practice speaking in English as much as you can. Practice, practice and practice. This is the only thing that can make you fluent in English. Okay, so for that you need to practice speaking. And now let's look at another solution that is gonna help you to overcome your problem of overthinking. Well, Here what you need to do is you need to stop expecting a lot from yourself. You think that when you will speak, you cannot make mistakes. You are not allowed to do so. You have to speak perfectly. Why is it so? This is the reason that you are expecting and you are putting a lot of burden on yourself, doing something that you have never done before. So this is what you need to stop doing here. So rather than aiming for perfection, aim for communication. Keep your entire focus on your speech, all right? And how you can do this, rather than looking for fancy words in your speech, what you can do is you can start using simple sentences. Frame simple sentences to articulate your thoughts, all right? Do not stress too much about using impressive English words, all right? Use simple and basic English words and sentences. No issues with that. Next, what you have to do is you have to talk to yourself positively. Means have positive self-talk. By doing this, you will be motivated, you will be encouraged, all right, to talk further. So start having positive self-talk. And one more thing that you need to pay attention is stop comparing yourself with others. Stop comparing your level of English with others, all right? When you start comparing your level of English with others, you feel demotivated, discouraged, and then that excitement or the energy or the willpower that is required to speak in your target language is somewhere lost, because you are comparing yourself with others. And do not forget that each and every individual is different and unique in their own way. So why you are trying to copy someone else's way of speaking? All right, you create your own unique style of speaking English. So rather than copying others or copying the style of others speaking English, you create your own unique way of speaking. And the next solution is stop translating in your head before speaking in your target language. And how you can stop translating? First, you need to start thinking in English. Whatever you are doing, whatever you talk to yourself in your native language, do that in English. Talk to yourself in English in your head. Means all the thoughts and ideas must be running in your head in English language only. And try to train your brain to think in English if it is not in your habit then. Besides this, if you are in the habit of looking for the meaning of the words in native language, then stop doing this. Go for and start using monolingual dictionary. Monolingual dictionary is one where you will be finding the words meaning in your target language. So always look for the meaning in a monolingual dictionary, means English to English. Besides this, whenever you get stuck finding any word or describing yourself, so rather than taking a lot of time thinking about the right word and waiting for the right vocabulary to come into your head, try to explain that word with the help of your expressions, your hand gestures, all right, or elaborate that word. I'm sure the other person will help you finding the right word for this particular situation that you are looking for that word. So elaborate, try to elaborate the word, describe the word in detail. So this is what you can do to stop translating in your head. And there is one more thing that you can try. Start immersing yourself in English. So as the problem is that your mind goes blank while speaking in English, it is because you have not that much exposure to English. You have not immersed yourself in English even now. So this is the reason it is happening with you. How you can immerse yourself? Like by reading, writing, thinking and speaking and even listening to things in English. So if you are gonna do all these things, means turn on all your senses, okay, and try to divert and absorb the things whatever you are absorbing by watching, listening, reading in English only. All right, so when you wake up in the morning, you take your phone in your hand. So what do you do basically? Like, do you read the things in your native language or English? So if you are already doing it in English, that's great. If you are not doing it, start doing it in English. Read the stuff in English. Watch your favorite TV shows, series, movies in English only. Listen to English podcast. By doing all these things, you can surround yourself, immerse yourself in English language, because this is what happens. Whatever we feed our brain, it starts producing the same thing. So we have been feeding our brain only our native language, and this is the result. We are very fluent speaking our native language, and it produces only the stuff which is there in our native language. Now if our aim, our ambition is to speak our target language, that is English, for that we need to feed a lot of things in our brain in English only, and you can do this only when you will be immersing yourself in English. So yes, these are some solutions that are gonna help you to eradicate your problem of my mind goes blank while speaking English. I believe by following these tips, techniques and strategies, you are surely going to resolve this problem of yours. Thank you so much for joining me till the end. If you found this video valuable, insightful, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and share this with your friends. Thanks again. I'll catch you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.